Hello, welcome to Community Central. Today we won't be talking so loud because now it is 2 a.m.
But we're here because we're about to go on an intertidal walk. We're here at Changi Beach
to discover some marine biology.
Yes, and we're here to explore the wildlife conservation community right here today. So let's go!
Swim.
So I'm the co-founder of a science and nature channel called Just Keep Thinking, and here at Just Keep Thinking we create videos and infographics, social media content on science and nature, and we post it on all the social media platforms just to share knowledge about the natural world and about science with a wider range of audience out there. For science and biology, I started when I was very young and I got my first mini encyclopedia from my mom, and I remember just being very fascinated. It's like there's just so much to learn about, like everything. Science is basically just all around you, so I was just very fascinated, especially with all the biology stuff, because things are moving, it's just more exciting.
Yeah.
So I remember zooming in all the biology stuff. Yeah, and for nature, it's when I went on my first 3-day 2-night camp at St. John Island. Yeah, so I was in JC, so it's quite late actually. For the 3 days 2 nights, we get to explore like the forest, the night forest, the intertidal walk. So that's when I realized, hey, there's so much to learn about Singapore and so many animals that people don't know about. Yeah, that's when I decided I will take a degree on it without thinking too much about what I'm going to be in the future, but yes.
How has your love of biology brought you here? What got you to start Just Keep Thinking?
Well, when I was in university doing all my studying and mugging, I just realized that there's this very big gap between like the science and nature community with like mainstream audience. Yeah, that's when I realized, hey, social media, yeah, social media has potential to reach out to a wide range of audience. So I was like, okay, let's try to make it both educational and entertaining, so that we attract even audiences that are not interested in science and nature, which is the whole point, to get more people into like just to know more about our surroundings, our wildlife.
So right now we're going to head on down, and then we're going to talk more to MJ, of course, but she's going to show us the lovely critters that are all over the intertidal zone. So, you ready?
Let's go.
You ready? Let's go! Let's go!
I feel that today is going to be a good day because we are meeting at 2 a.m. so I doubt there will be anyone here walking on the beach. So the whole beach belongs to us. And it's the early morning, so the animals are all just like sluggish and relaxed. So it's a promising day. I'm very excited to bring them around.
Last time when I was younger, my mom was a marine biologist, so she would, when she was giving tours in intertidal zones, either in like the offshore islands or where did we go? I don't even remember where we went, but I remember going for intertidal walks with her, and then she'll ask me, hey, can you go and like catch this thing? Then I'll go and run around, scamper around, and then show participants stuff. So it was like living like my best life at age 5. But yeah, so I'm very excited to relive a part of that today. Okay, so we're here and we're ready and raring to go. We have our torchlights, we have our booties, and we have our adventurous spirit. So we're gonna head down to the beach right here. Y'all can't see much, it's dark, but we'll show you. MJ will show us.
Yeah, we'll show you later.
Alright, lead the way.
Okay, lead the way, let's go.
Wow,
It's really low tide.
it's actually very big. Yeah.
Wow, apparently you can walk on the ocean floor, We are like walking on the ocean floor. Well, I just want to say that I never knew that it was so far. Like, I never knew that it would go so far. Like, you guys can't see it, but it's like way out there.
Well, the moment we walk in, right, it's just, we barely walked a few steps and then we saw all these amazing creatures already.
Where?
Ooh. They're kind of like everywhere, so.
What's the first animal?
It's right in front of you, the pink one.
Oh, what's that?
You want to guess?
Yeah.
You can actually touch one. You can touch gently.
Is it soft?
Yeah.
It's a sea slug.
Oh, that's a common guess.
Yeah.
Good guess.
No.
You want to try?
And what is it?
You can touch very gently. Yeah.
What?
It's also hard. This is actually a sea cucumber.
Oh.
It's the pink warty sea cucumber.
Pink warty sea.
Yeah, and yeah, they can come in different shapes and sizes. Different sizes mainly because they can inflate itself with water like that. And sometimes you deflate itself, especially when it gets a bit disturbed.
What's some of your favourite finds?
Oh, Wow. I've seen the baby shark here before.
Ooh!
Huh?
Like further out lah.
Yeah, it's much further out. It's like you almost have to reach like waist deep water. Yeah, so it was afar, but it was like very cute. It was just very relaxed and just sitting there on the ground. Then Southern Islands, like I found like one of the most venomous animals in Singapore.
Stonefish.
Stonefish? I don't think stonefish is as bad as the cone snail.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The cone snail is very jialat.
What is a cone snail?
Like last time, right, when I was a kid, I watched this documentary about the cone snail.
Ah.
I was so traumatized by it because it was like this diver, he was carrying it in his back. Then it pricked him. Then he was like almost dead kind.
Oh, almost.
Yeah.
So like straight away death.
It acts quite quickly. Within hours you can feel it. At first they poke you might not even know, but after you start to feel the effects. Yeah, and it's a shell, it's a snail lah, so you wouldn't think much about it. But yeah, they have this harpoon like at the end where they poke out. Then you know if they inject the toxin into your skin, that's where you will start to.
So what happens if you get stung?
You start having respiratory problems.
Like what do you do?
Faster go
Get
hospital.
immediate attention.
Faster go hospital. Okay, this one you can touch very gently. You can feel it and tell me like, how does it feel? What do you think it is? Is it alive? Is it dead?
It's very rough.
Do you need light?
I have no idea what this is.
Some people say it's plastic. So
Ooh.
So these are actually, this is the sand collar. It contains the eggs of the moon snail. But it's like a very good way to protect the eggs as compared to just leaving it out in the ocean. Like it's really this very stiff structure, and no one really eats it. It's just that sometimes people mistake it for plastic during drinking and they will just throw this away.
Oh,
so
no.
usually I'll like try and share with them about this also, so that next time they know not to throw this away, because it really feels like plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, there are so many things that you know, they don't look like animals to me, but they are. Honestly, I thought we were here to see fishes, but then we are looking at things like sea cucumbers, crabs, things that I forgot the name of, snails, and there's so many different types of snails. There is the moon snail. There is other snails.
It's like connected.
Oh my god, it is eh!
And it's all like with this chunk of stuff. Yeah.
Okay, luckily no animals got stuck with this plastic. So as much as we can, we try to remove as much algae, but then more or less it's okay lah.
Oh, it's connected to like my back here. This is what happens, and we won't always find no marine life trapped inside. So. While I had a lot of fun today on the walk, it was also very disheartening to see so much trash. That long trail of fishing line that we saw, my goodness, like the way it stretched on, and like someone decided it was a good idea to just discard it and leave it, you know, and then throughout the entire shoot, look at this. The entire bag of stuff, you know, all trash. Got like what, Maggie packet, got some carp, loads of plastic bags. Insane, you know, the amount of marine life that could get ensnared in this and entangled and trapped, you know. So please, I know this is a very widely preached sentiment already, but rubbish, throw in a rubbish bin. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so this is the swimming crab. Flower crab is a kind of swimming crab because there's a pair of swimming legs, then they have pincers in front. Yeah, but the ones that get washed up here, usually the smaller ones, I think the bigger ones are already out there. Alive or dead, one guess?
He's dead.
Oh my god, is he alive?
It's neither, it's a trick question. It's actually a moat, so it's not dead or alive. Neither dead nor alive. Yeah, that's why I smelled it just now, because if it's dead, right, it will smell very bad. Yeah, but actually if you smell it, it's not too bad.
Oh yeah, it's just the ocean.
It's just ocean smell. So that's when you know it's actually a moat, meaning it's like the old shell, the old exoskeleton of the animal. Yeah, so you can see the real crab actually
Oh my god.
from the back. So it's probably bigger in size and it's like somewhere out there surviving, swimming. So that's actually the old exoskeleton that they left behind.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm very excited seeing all these creatures. You know, my reaction is like, you know, and then it's so nice to have MJ here showing us everything around the area because she's so passionate. She loves all these things, and then we are like low-key fangirling about creatures together. It's really, really fun.
Are you so cute? Yeah, that's actually very cute one. Meow. Hello, yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
it's so pretty.
It's actually very pretty. You can see the pattern on the shell.
Oh, it's digging itself back in.
Right, okay, can. So all the marine snails, more or less, they have this like little nose, like trunk-like structure. So there's like nose, like they smell the chemicals in the water, find their way around. Yeah, then they like to burrow.
Wow, so pretty. So you know you've built up quite a large following of like nature lovers, people who like conserving wildlife, you know, like how is this community like?
Okay, it was very interesting because especially when I first started, the nature community, or like the ones in academia, the ones that already know a lot about wildlife and science, they weren't very welcoming about the idea.
Oh.
That's personally how I felt lah. Like they weren't super supportive as I thought they would be.
teaching.
It's very structured when it comes to academia,
Yeah.
where it's a lot of info, as specific as possible, as many jargons as they can. But
And you're trying to like dumb it down for like.
yeah. So they're being like, why don't you give more information? Why don't you write more? Why don't you put the scientific? I was like, no, read.
Yeah.
And my goal is really to attract the audience that does not know anything about nature. And for social media, it has to be entertaining in the first place, right? Like, but after that, they kind of understood it, and the newer audience, the ones that don't know a lot in the first place, they were really very welcoming. They're very excited about it. They actually enjoy it and they get entertained at the same time. So even though they might not be very interested in nature, like they just come in to watch for the entertainment factor. Like they realize they learn something along the way. I was trying to find for you. Hello.
What is that?
So remember the sandcrawler we saw?
Oh, this is the snail.
This is the snail that laid it. I mean, not this particular, but it's the same kind. It's the moon snail. So it's very different from other snails. You can see the flesh, right? It literally covers the entire shell already. This is the shell, yeah. Yeah, so
Wow, it's damn fast eh.
so it's called moon snail because it is usually more active at night. Yeah, and yeah, it's round like a moon lah, the shell. All out. Yeah, Anna is really like amazing lah. They're just all like tired and not so tired. They went through like a whole night of no disturbance. So then they're just out and like chilling. And there's no heat from the sun or the light from the sun, so they are really very relaxed.
So if you think that there's no wildlife to conserve in Singapore, right, you're wrong. Already we've seen like how many can count on more than 10 fingers already.
Every time it comes like a new journey, a new exploration. So I think that's a very big motivation as to why people actually do come back and visit the shore. The bodies actually, you can see the ridges like the
Peanut worm.
Yeah.
Stop.
It's becoming longer. What the heck? It is erecting. Right on your hand.
It's contracting to become longer, and it can like contract to become shorter also. And it's moving. It's extending.
Oh my god, it's so long.
Oh my gosh, can I touch it?
Yeah, that's how they dig underground. Like
Stop. Ooh.
you can see like it probably ate something or something. Like
Yeah, it's so ticklish.
Oh my god. Sometimes the fishermen will be like digging for them.
You don't want?
You
This one I
don't
don't
want?
want.
Why? You thought you were damn excited. Like.
This one be like, wow, it's too much for me.
Really?
Hold it. No!
Try again.
For the experience.
Dude, this really
content.
this really looks damn gross. I
For
can't.
the channel.
I can't.
Hey, if I can
For
do
the
it,
money.
you can do it.
You freaking love it. I love it. Oh my god, it's looking at me.
Hey, come on, lah, Nick. One worm also cannot touch, huh? What nonsense say you'll do anything for a content? Then one big guy like that scared of one tiny worm. Gotta be kidding me, man. Yeah.
Hey!
Come on.
Say it. Preach what you say.
Come on, Nick.
Wow!
Overcome your fear. Don't squish it.
Overcome your fear.
Just hold open your hand.
Okay.
Hold open your hand.
Okay, wait.
You can do it.
Wait. Okay. What chibong? It looks damn gross, really.
Hey, come on, lah. If I can do it, you can do it.
You eat the one on the worm.
Don't squeeze your hand, huh?
It's like a noodle! I really don't want to touch the worm, but I had to. It was a bit gross. I just
You do
didn't.
anything for the content.
I just didn't like the way it moved, you know. But then like, I'll do anything for content.
So how do you think, like, you know, these kind of intertidal walks or like the nature walks that you do also helps in terms of wildlife conservation?
Well, I think the impacts are not as direct, as saving the animals or like transplanting the corals, things like that, very physical. But I think education goes a long way.
Yeah.
And you know, having the up-close interaction with the animals is very different from looking at it through a documentary or just online. Like when you have real interactions, when it's in front of you, when you can feel that it's moving, it's alive, right? That's where it really hits them that, oh, these animals are all living things and it's all around us. Yeah, and hopefully that might spark something inside of them. I've seen small actions happening, so like something that are worth protecting, and they won't spread wrong information lah, like things like, you know, there's no wildlife in Singapore. At least they can say, hey, I've seen a sea star before, very cute, yeah, things like that. So that's also that's a big change lah, significant change that I appreciate a lot. I think like one does not need to do that much to contribute to wildlife conservation. Like you don't have to be like a researcher, you don't have to be saving the animals literally, but even just being aware of the situation and responding properly to it. So instead of like, you know, scolding online or giving like comments that doesn't make sense, like when you're aware of it and then you spread the right knowledge around, it can actually help a lot also. Like the voices from the ground matters as well. Like people, I think government agencies and people do care about that as well. So just by willing to get yourself educated and to join for this like tours or any experiences that you go by yourself to just get a feel and sense of what it's like to be in nature, that actually helps a lot also. So yeah, that contributes to nature conservation in its own way lah, just by sharing the right knowledge, because you know, one small ripple can make waves.
Honestly, coming to this filming, right, I don't know a lot about marine life. I don't know a lot about like the ocean and stuff like that, but it was a very educational walk through everything. Yeah, and it was pretty fun. And it was it's honestly an experience that I've never ever had in my life. You know, getting up close and personal to things that I didn't even know existed.
I think it's so valuable to see what you're trying to protect, because people always often preach like, oh, you know, protect the seas, protect our wildlife, you know, but you don't actually see it. I think it gives you a greater appreciation for what we are trying to protect and the amazing life that is out there. So yeah, you know, if you have the time, take some time, you know, join MJ for an intertidal walk. She also does nature walks if you're not like a very oceany person. There are hikes, walks that you can go out there, appreciate what's out there in Singapore's wildlife reserves, and yeah, just seek to understand so that you can appreciate. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you MJ so much for taking the time to show us around today.
And really for cleaning the ocean.
Fun.
Yeah, no problem. It's a pleasure to bring you around. I hope you guys had fun also.
Oh, definitely. We had so much fun. But anyway, if you'd like to experience some of these amazing creatures as well, you want to touch a peanut worm? Yeah. You want to prove Nick wrong? You know, just all the socials below for Just Keep Thinking and MJ's socials as well. You know, like, please feel free to hit her up.
Thanks for watching Community Central.
Yay.
This is our last episode.
Yeah.
So,
oh really?
Yeah.
Your finale.
Bye bye, and still like, share, subscribe, and all that.
Yes.
I guess we'll see you never, but see you next time anyway.
Maybe season 2. Who knows? Okay, bye.
Bye.